प्यारे से वतन में, उस मीठे से वतन में। वतन में है ठहरे हुए बाबा हमारे लिए हो। वतन में है ठहरे हुए बाबा हमारे लिए, कर रहे हैं इंतजार घर ले जाने के लिए। आकारी बन करके हम वतन में जाएंगे। हम उड़ के चले जाएं, ओ हम उड़ के चले जाएं उस प्यारे से वतन में, उस प्यारे से वतन में, उस मीठे से वतन में हो। अव्यक्त वतन में हो, हम उड़ के चले जाएं उस प्यारे से वतन में हो, उस मीठे से वतन में।
Taking everyone's love remembrances. When I was invoked by Baba, I went to Baba, and in subtle regions also was gathering with Baba. Like we have gathering. So I was sharing drishti with Baba, and Baba was also looking at each one of you. He was not only looking, but like his love for everyone, he was expressing his lots of love for everyone. And after a few moments, I said, Baba, I have brought bhog from family in each village, and so Baba kept silent and giving the tea. Baba always has a lot to give and say to Drishti. Baba said children like gathering. Yes. So Baba also likes gathering. You might ask which gathering was there, right? Of course, we all were there, but Baba also had Chandru Devi, but also many other souls. They were just sitting around Baba. Baba said, always remember that Baba and the children will remain together until transition, until the end. Right? Always remember that. Baba and the family all will stay together. At conference stage, there is no word like goodbye or farewell. There is no vidai. Conference age is the age where there is always badai. Congratulations. Baba said that whatever you all see is on the physical level. But every soul, each one of us, we are pulled by our part. And the soul in the body, feeling that pull for the next part, what is ongoing part, which you all won't know, you all won't see. So my Baba is saying is, of course, for especially Chandruban, but all of us, Baba says internally you have a big pull. And then you start adjusting or, like, how do I play that part which is pulling me? So don't look at what is physical, because all settling, last minute settling has to happen. But that soul is actually kind of feeling that I'm being prepared for another part. So it was very interesting the way it was said that, because we see things right through the eyes and say what is happening to this body, or different circumstances around. But that soul doesn't have that. That soul is like kind of feeling that Baba is calling me, there is another part which I have to go and play. So there is no sorrow. So then Baba said that, I said, Baba, we have US gathering and all Baba's main instruments, support team, and everyone would have loved to come, but we have limited. In the physical world, you always have limit. So Baba, as I said, you all were there, but emerge you, each one of you, in a very beautiful form, and that was a diamond. Baba said that we can say gold, but Baba had these diamonds because diamond always needs some work. Right? In the beginning, to make it flawless, then to keep it shining, like it's ongoing work, diamond. So my every child is very valuable diamond. And Baba said, those who have this awareness, I am Baba's diamond-like child, valuable, they constantly make sure that they have to take care of themselves. Keep this diamond constantly flawless, shining bright. And also then Baba said, in the middle of the diamond, what should be visible? Hmm? Hmm. Right. An angelic form, deity form, what? Hmm? Baba says the brightest, who is the brightest star, bright diamond, is Baba. It becomes so, it's like in the middle, what everyone is seeing, which people need today, is Baba. So then Baba showed me one, one of you diamond, and then in the middle this, Baba says, when I and mine has disappeared, what will appear? Baba. And Baba said, all children know that I and mine have disappeared, or if little bit is there is aim. So when that disappears, then Baba will appear. But then Baba also said, children always like to know two things. One is what efforts to make, what service to do. So what effort you have to make is to become complete sparkling diamond, but for service, Baba said, there are, like all the souls of the world these days, want to experience love. And it's God's love which has power. Because God's love has no attachment, right? But God's love has that power. So what they're receiving is not just love, but they will feel God's power. Because when they feel power, like anything which then when there is a power you turn on, what happens? Start moving, start doing what it has to be done. So these days people like it, we like Brahma Kumari, they are very good, benefit from that, but not necessarily they start making efforts. They do, but not everyone or large numbers. So it's like, there is a battery, but you turn on, then start working. So God's love is power, and that power will make every soul start making efforts to move towards their destination or their final stage. Because Baba says every soul internally has fear, has like deep seeking also. One side there is fear, but other side they want to receive something. So then Baba says that as much you feel love from Baba, that much you share with others. So in the end, Baba again said, be detached and loving. You have to be detached also, but very loving. And from that experience, others will also will be example for them. He said to Chandruben that we have all the sisters here, we all are here. And we brought a lot of love and respect for you. And she was happy, enjoying, She is with Baba. She smiled and she said to tell them, I am with them. As Baba said, we will stay together. So all the souls, they are with us, we are with them. So especially to sisters from California, lots of love from her, but also they are together. And she is watching and she is happy about everything because everyone is together. And so lots of love from Chandru and also from Baba. Oh,
वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे, ये दिन भी कितने प्यारे हैं। तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे, तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे। बाबा अब भी साथ हमारे हैं।
सिद्धि नहीं मिलेगी। गुणों को भी कार्य में लगाओ, शक्तियों को भी कार्य में लगाओ तो बढ़ती जाए। तो बचत की विधि, बढ़ाने की विधि, जमा करने की विधि को अपनाओ। फिर देखो व्यर्थ का खाता स्वतः परिवर्तन हो, सफल हो जाएगा। जैसे भक्ति मार्ग में ये नियम है कि जितना भी आपके पास स्थूल धन है, तो स्थूल धन के लिए कहते हैं कि दान करो, सफल करो तो बढ़ता जाएगा। सफल करने के लिए कितना उमंग उत्साह बढ़ाती है भक्ति में भी। तो आप भी तपस्या वर्ष में सिर्फ ये नहीं जे करो कि व्यर्थ कमाया, लेकिन व्यर्थ कमाया वो अलग बात है। कि ये जे करो कि सफल कितना किया। जो सारे खजाने सुनाए, गुणों को है पाप की देन, मेरा गुण है, मेरी शक्ति है, ये स्वपन में भी गलती नहीं करना, ये पाप की देन है। तो प्रभु देन, परमात्म देन को मेरा मानना, ये महापाप है। कई बार कई बच्चे साधारण भाषा में सोचते भी है और बोलते भी है। मेरे गुण को यूज नहीं किया जाता, मेरे में यूज नहीं किया जाता है। मेरी बुद्धि बहुत अच्छी है, उसको यूज नहीं किया जाता है। बच्चे, मैं आपके सदा साथ हूँ।
Awake signals. In order to pass in the final test, increase the power to discern. The meaning of self-realization is to discern and know yourself. When you first of all discern the Father, you will then be able to know Him and recognize Him. When you recognize Him, you will be able to come close to Him and become equal. The power to discern is the number one power. The basis of knowledge is to first recognize the self and then to recognize that he is discerned the Father and his task. That is being carried out. This is said to be the stage of being knowledgeful. Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Parivar. Today is day 16. Creating heaven inside ourselves, a diamond prince of happiness. Avyakti Parivar, just to let you know that today, after the service, we will be having special small program to tribute to our Chandra Didi. So we'd like to welcome you all to join. We are here in Inspiration Hall in East Village. So now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Shanti, everyone. Om Shanti. First of all, I would like to welcome each one of you. I know I have met many of you, and I know you are in your own home, so you are okay, right? Is everyone okay in Avyakti Parivar? Yes? Yeah, they are special blessing. Everyone keeps well, right? That's why you are present, right? Every week. One of the part of the message which I think I forgot, that Baba was giving us the title of Raj Rishi. Some are only Rishi, some are only kings. Right? That means they have wisdom, they have knowledge, but not necessarily sovereign sanskars. No? There you have to do everything. But you have to be Raj Rishi. Rishis are consulted for different things and kings are consulted for different things. But if you are combined Raj Rishi, so Baba wants to see everyone as Raj Rishi. It's such an interesting aspect of golden age, where every moment, of course this sanskar has to emerge now, appreciate, recognize my fortune. And the word prince, prince and princess, they only use the word prince. Baba uses many times in Murli, Baba also says, children are friends, right? So each one of us, we have to see if I have that intoxication of being a valuable diamond, being a prince, because the future status will be visible now. This morning also Baba said, or Mama's Muni also, that one is to be in golden age, to have that life of liberation, but other is to have a status. But that status is emerging now, not because I want that status, but it's like in a very deep consciousness of being the air souls, being a prince. That royalty, personality of purity, Baba says. And also the way we have been listening to the meditation commentary, I really like it. They take you with animals and elements and food and sleep. Recently I was on sleep. So whole day, at least, even if we are busy, somewhere this feeling of heaven within. What will be the characteristic and how we will sit and eat and our sleep, our food, our every activity, heavenly. So these are some of the thoughts we have to keep for tomorrow. And tomorrow we see how we feel about, drishti heavenly, smile heavenly, communication heavenly. We will be taking all the topics, but we can emerge those sanskars. And I'm sure there will be a lot of happiness. And that's true happiness, not just because I got success, I got this. Those are okay. Why not? Why we won't be successful? Baba stars, Baba takes care. But to have this deep intoxication and happiness is very important at this time. Especially little bit news which you all know about Iron Age is extreme and we know it's ending. But we should see the beginning, the dawn, and feel it internally. A lot of people say, you all don't worry at all what will happen. Our experience is that whenever something happens from external world, Baba expands his canopy bigger because cannot personally and for his tasks. That's what we experienced during these 2 years. So then we say, well, this is what happened. So what will happen next time when there is something better, right? Because we are better, things should get better too.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
It's lovely to see that you're in Peace Village, and I want to say hello to all of my lovely brothers and sisters from the US. Also, we're having a retreat here actually it's the Dharma-based leadership of the Brazilian main teachers, and so I'm right in the middle of that retreat. Oh, wow. It's lovely to see the whole class. Hello, everyone. Lovely to see you all. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I was just there a couple of weeks ago. So like I'm still there in a way. So it's lovely. Anyway, I was thinking today, I think what attracts me about the Golden Age is not so much the external decorations and palaces and things and jewels or the clothes or the physical beauty. But what attracts me is the purity and the absolute innocence. And I can really relate to that. And so it's lovely that you were able to offer ball for Didi, and the point that you were saying, pulled by our parts. I really feel that the Golden Age is pulling us towards the Golden Age. Don't you feel? It's not that, it's like she was pulled out of her body to play another part, as you said in the Borg message. But we are all being pulled out of our parts in the Confluence Age to go to the Golden Age. Do you feel that that's how it is?
Yes. Everyone is saying yes with enthusiasm, because we could see the difference in the atmosphere of gathering after 3 years or whenever it was. So that means the pure love, trust, understanding, unlimited attitude, so many things are more visible in everyone than before. So that shows very clearly that our bigger part and new part, Golden Age part, is pulling us. So all those qualities are more visible in practical also.
In the extract from the Morley that was just shown, Baba talked about how we should accumulate and not waste, and also in the Borg message, you said something very beautiful, that God's love has power. And how do we know that we're accumulating enough power to not only get us into the Golden Age, but to get us through the whole cycle? And what's that got to do with God's love, as you said in the Borg, as Baba said in the Borg message, actually, and also in the message just now about not waste? How do we know that we are accumulating enough to get us not only into the Golden Age, but throughout the whole cycle? We need power, right?
Whenever there is adverse situation, any situation as a situation, and if you are able to pass with honor, that means you have accumulation of peace, accumulation of tolerance, accumulation of patience. So we can know the percentage. Every day we can look at percentage and know that I still really need to accumulate this quality. I still need more percentage of this power. So it's by using it, like wealth, money. So it's only when there is a budget or there is something you have to do, and you find, yes, you can do it, you can spend, right? So same is spiritual powers and the qualities. So like today I could say, few times I felt, oh, I need to accumulate this power a little more, so it's the time. Every day we could feel that how much more accumulation I need and what percentage is lacking out of 100% for which power and which virtue.
Today I had an interesting experience, and it's connected with this in a way, that we were having some very powerful meditation, and it seemed to me that we have these divine sanskars in us. But at the same time, there's a little bit of Raja and maybe a little bit of Tama sanskars in us at the same time. So when we start from that deep core qualities, those divine qualities, our original qualities in this world, not in the soul world, but in this world, we try to express them, but they get sort of filtered out. They go through the filter of some Raju and Tama, and they don't come out in the same way. I just wanted to verify with you. So the impulse is right, but along the way, as it comes out of us, as we express it, it sort of gets mixed up somehow. And I really had the feeling that Baba is cleaning out all of this stuff in between what we really are and what we have to do. And I'm sure you must have that sort of experience, because you're just providing so much for us all, Didi.
Yes.
But I just wanted to check if that's how it is, that Baba is cleaning out what's between us and what we have to be.
There are two things. One, Baba today gave us to consider ourselves to be a valuable diamond, right? So just to keep watching that it's clean, it's flawless, but it's not necessarily Shudra sanskars. I think it's more Silver Age sanskars. Silver Age sanskar is where you have to fight, like when you talk, it's like warriors, little bit warrior sanskar. Sometimes some people give some answers, I say, but what's happening? Kshatriya Gharana is in the sense of that divinity is lacking. Shudra, there are four qualities, like Shudra is you promise and don't do it. And then Vaishya is you bargain, with God also. Everyone you bargain is business, merchants. And Kshatriyas are those who fight, defend themselves, offend, and their language, the way they speak. Recently they sent me the copy of their communication. And then she met me. I said, oh no, that's not the words you should have used, because look like a warrior, So I feel it's more Silver Age sanskars.
That's good.
And
That's great.
yeah, paying attention to that, I think it can help us that if you are incognito, you are innocent and you are wise, then you have divine sanskars, deity sanskars. So a little bit margin between Silver Age sanskars and Golden Age sanskar. So I think we are at the boundary of that. Once we cross that silver, we are in golden. It's not really very.
It seems close, doesn't it? One of the biggest differences, obviously, between the Golden Age and the Iron Age is that, and the main subject of today's Muli, we're not to be trapped in the name and form of anyone. And of course, the Golden Age, we're not trapped by anyone's name or form. But what advice do you give? Because it's not just being attracted to someone. Anyone who comes up in our mind again and again, it's because we're associating their name and form with the ego, with their role, with their whatever they've done. So what advice can you give to someone who really would like to be completely free from being trapped by remembering other people's names and forms and associating that with their egos and so on? What's the advice that you give for people who may be trapped?
Anything which attracts at confluence is big karmic accounts. And karmic accounts can never give you happiness, can never give you contentment. As soon as they are finished, you will find what you did was not right. So one is, of course, this attraction of someone's name and form. I think just like Dadi Janki said, those who have that sickness, it doesn't go easily. They have with one, then it goes, then second one. So that has to be definitely cured. But also, like Baba said, my intellect is not being used, and I have so many skills, I'm not getting that much to do. And, it's a very interesting, we don't have time now. One day I will share that someone went to Buddha, Buddha prophet, and said, I want to understand what you're saying in such a way that I can explain to people in an easy way. But ultimately his answer was that those who have to understand will understand original. Those who have to understand, somebody said, oh, I can explain to more intellectuals to make more sense, or the way I explain appeals to them. But is it person has to appeal us, or God has to? God's versions are God's versions. So it was a very beautiful story. There are 4 disciples, and one really said, oh, I want to explain to people what you say in a very easy way. Like here also some people have this sudden ego. But somebody said, it's only when I explain they understand. Many tell me that. And so I said, well, that's fine. And then they become their followers, kind of. But I am original jewel. I just understand what Baba says, and then experiences, interpretations, and all that could be variety. But what is Dari Janki used to say, the original jewels of knowledge. So it's named, but also many other things.
That should be enough for us.
I think so.
Thank you, Didi. See you tomorrow.
Yes, thank you, Brother Ken. Thank you. And everyone say goodbye to Brother Ken.
Goodbye, everyone. Let's have a look at tomorrow's homework.
Okay, let's
look at that.
Tomorrow's.
Here we are. Wait a minute. Yeah, I can see you all. And now, yeah. So, tomorrow's homework, creating heaven inside of our souls. A diamond prince of happiness. And this is what we have to practice walking around tomorrow. Today I practice this golden age sanskar of celebrating my fortune by cherishing every aspect of my golden life. Today I practice the golden age sanskar of celebrating my fortune by cherishing every aspect of my golden life. So, wonderful.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much for the kind Didi. It was wonderful, and thank you so much for the wonderful God message. And as I announced before, so our 2 pilots, they called me and they said they will come tomorrow because they are invited to attend the program for Chandra Didi. So they are so excited and they are attending the program busy. So they don't want to take flight today to Madhya. So that's the message they gave me, and they said that please bring all of the people to the program. So I said, okay. So here we are, and we'll be doing a weekly flight tomorrow. And now, until then, we are doing the program today. Yes, and we would like to welcome our program host. And here is our dear Chandra Didi. Special tribute to Chandra Didi. And welcome. Welcome, Sister Elizabeth.
Om Shanti, everyone. So, from the West Coast as well as here, we have a wonderful tribute that has been put together with a lot of love. And so we'd like to show one wonderful video of Sister Chandra through the decades. Om Shanti.
a life of peace. May the words Om Shanti ring out for our unity to increase. May every word I speak be strong and true. I will always see the face of God in the face of you. This is the beginning, not the end of blessings upon blessings, my friends. Of blessings upon blessings, my friends. May I always walk the path of love, radiate God's beauty below, inside, above. I will open up my heart each day anew for the love of family, love of life, and the love of you. This is the beginning, not the end of blessings upon blessings, my friends. Of blessings upon blessings, my friends. And I am committed to service. I can change the world with my two hands, with my heart and soul. Yes, I understand. May we always shine our inner light with the colors of the rainbow rising up to brilliant white. And no matter where our choices lead us to, I will always find the face of God in the face of you. This is the beginning, not the end of blessings upon blessings, my friends. Of blessings upon blessings, my friends. And we are committed to service. We can change the world with our two hands, with our heart and soul. Yes, we understand. When I think of mountains caressed by oceans blue, I will see the sacred island as a part of me and you. And like the stars that warm the darkest night, we will always fill our world with our love, our life, our light. This is the beginning, not the end of blessings upon blessings, my friends. Of blessings upon blessings, blessings upon blessings, blessings upon blessings, my friends.
चांद होगा न तारे रहेंगे, मगर हम हमेशा तुम्हारे रहेंगे। नए चांद होगा न तारे
How did I do? Did I pass? Om Shanti. Yes. Okay. All right. So we've asked some of the sisters that have lived with Sister Chandru over the years, and this is from beginning in the late 70s. And I'd like to start with Sister Kiran because she was the first, one of the first, along with Denise Ben. And if you, to share just a couple minutes of a gift that Sister Chandru has given or a story. Number 3.
Om Shanti. I'd like to take you back to 1979 in the inner Sunset District of San Francisco. A little one-bedroom apartment over an auto body shop across the street from Kentucky Fried Chicken. Very olfactory experience. Very powerful atmosphere with 2 sisters. And when I first saw Sister Chandru, she was exotic. I'd never seen a sister from India before. And when she used to sit on the guddy and offer bhog with her hair down, and she had this way of kind of rolling her eyes up into the top of her head when she would go to Baba. It was like another reality that I just had never experienced. And little did we know then they were like down to 11 cents and all we had to eat was spaghetti, and the stories about their sleeping on doors on crates, I can verify that. And then we moved to 1619 Clement Street, this flat. And what I remember about Chandraben from those days was she didn't speak so much English then. So I didn't communicate so much with her as with Denise Ben. But she was very sure of herself, and she was very courageous and very resourceful. By the time we moved to 1619 Clement Street, she was much more able to communicate in English. And at that time, we had a program for Daddy Nirmal Shanta, and we could not afford a hall. So we converted the garage into a hall. And Chandraben resourced these bolts of white fabric from somewhere. And we covered the ceiling and the walls of this garage. We called it the Garageatorium. And she was very resourceful in that way. That's one thing that really stands out to me. And also, I remember she used to call us to this little sitting room in that flat, and there was like one wall of mirrors, and we used to sit there, Macy and Mario and Per and myself and a few others, and she would read Dadiji's letters from India, and she would tell stories about the yajna. And it was that sowed in me the love for the yajna. And those days were just amazing. You saw us on that float, right? The peace of the holy, the luck of the holy. We did crazy things. And we were so courageous. We didn't think anything about public opinion in those days. And the veterans people, they said, oh, look at the Brahma Kumaris on this float. Let's call them back every year. They loved it.
Thank you, Karen. That's wonderful. Sister Kyoko.
I'm Sister Kyoko, and I have been living at the San Francisco Center for some time, but for the last 2 years, I got to know Chandraben much more, much better. And she was very sweet, cheerful, patient, and very joyful to be with. And dressing up her every day was like, dressing up the deities, I felt like. And she would pick a dress in the morning, and
I would say things like, "Oh, you look like a princess," and she just giggled, and it was a lot of fun for me to spend time with her. And as you know, her theme was to be together. Always wanted to be together, and we were together. But I feel that what she really meant was to work together with cooperation and love and get along and not to fight. And so it is like the deity sanskaras that came out towards the end of her life. And I feel I have done everything I wanted to do with her. So I have no regret. And even at the hospital, maybe a few days before she left the body, I held her hand and thanked her for letting me live at the center with her. And so I was light. I was happy that she's going to be in a good place, and she is in a good place, and she's still with us. We kept her bedroom the way it is, and so we can visit. We used to meditate every night after her dinner, 7 to 7:30, and she liked accurate timetable. So I was always on time meditating with her, and so her vibration is still there, and so we still take guidance from her. I feel her presence is still here.
Thank you, Sister Kyoko.
Om Shanti. Like the other day, I had mentioned that only because of Sister Chandra's determination, and I felt that she, whatever her thought was, whether it's Baba or the seniors, said yes. Because I know that the time that I went back from Los Angeles, I did not want to come back. I even went on the stage and said to Bab Dada, 2003 or whatever, I said, do I still have part in American? Bab says, don't think about it. And then I remember when Anubhuti was purchased, Benji wrote a long, long letter to Dadi Janki, whatever it was. And at the end, she says, but I need somebody. I don't have any Indian sisters. And so Dadi made me read this letter. She said, look, can you see that Chandra wants somebody? You need to go. Because every time Dadi wants to send me something, I always react. I push, kick, do everything. But my pushing, kicking only lasted for 2-3 days. And then after that, Dadi Janki is always victorious. And that's basically how I came. And so I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, thank her for giving me this huge opportunity, this huge field to serve. And I have very good memories with her. She has such a sharp memory. Like she wants to do some shopping, like buy a sofa or something. She says, Hema, let's go. But she would remember the direction accurately. And she said, but Hema, I came to Vallejo 20 years ago and I bought something from here. So it was amazing, amazing memory she had. And we will never get lost. Thank you.
Shanti. I'm Sukanya, and I feel I had this great part to be with her. From nowhere, I ended up in San Francisco and played this part that seems to be so wonderful now. I feel Chandraben was trusted very much by Baba and Dadi Kumarka. And that trust put such a faith, courage, and conviction in her that wherever she went and hoisted Shiv Baba's flag, it is still flying high. She was like a lighthouse, always spreading Baba's light, stable, steady, and held that light for all of us and many more to come. She was very simple in her delivery of knowledge, and yet her sharpness and wit were very much praised by her companions, by her interfaith friends, and many. I used to accompany her sometimes in events, and once a young scientist was sitting beside her, and he asked her, so what is the proof of God's love? And I was wondering what would Chandraban reply. She said, what is the proof that your mother loves you? And he said, my mother loves me. There is no need for proof. She said, I think you answered your own question. In another interfaith gathering, she presented something and sat down. The leader besides her said, so Sister Chandru, you think that your path is the only right path? She said, if I didn't believe so, why would I follow it? So does it mean that you think all other paths are wrong? She said, that's for each one to decide for themselves. I didn't say that. So I always admired her presence of mind, sense of humor, and her clarity of knowledge and firmness in Baba. She would hold herself with that honor with which Baba would hold her honor high, and that she would always exude and always tell us to see ourselves with that vision. Thank you, Chandraben, and thank you, everyone. And always, as we go forward together, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Last 2 years, I was often came to San Francisco because of Chandraben's presence. Somehow in the drama, her golden aged sanskaras emerged after her Kapala stroke. And it was such a divine that just to be with her, all the qualities and especially the love emerged. She was not wearing any watch, but she was everything she was doing according to the time. And what I liked about the family feelings, that every breakfast, lunch, and dinner, she wanted everyone together, which before she always liked by herself. But somehow every day she wanted everyone together. And it was such a loving experience, no matter how much you're busy, everyone had to be, because she says, the brother lives upstairs, and she says, where is Upparwala? When one of the sister is not there, where is Garwala? And it was such her golden age sanskaras in the form of caring, loving. And after dinner, she says, okay, everybody just sit, let's meditate together. So many times, I came and I just felt that. And there is also some shift happening within me also, that I just carry mostly the love. And the 3 words I'm really carrying. At the end, I was almost there with her that night, and asked Ben, anything you like to share with me? And then she only says, Garjan. And during that time, I thought maybe she wants to go Baba Center. But no, she wants to go up. And it was such a divine way. She just gradually just left. But when she left, there was no any types of sorrow. But it was such a kind of divine feeling that she's with us. And her 3 words was togetherness. Many times she was repeated. And she was again reminded, we are so fortunate, so fortunate. And then we started counting our fortune. And then when she was not remembering particular words, and very divine smile, she said, never mind. And when he says, never mind, no any justification, no any sorrow, no any experience. So what I carry, the life is to live is to love is to give, and give is to receive. That's what I carry from Chandraben.
Om Shanti. I'm going to share a story about Chandraben that I already shared at her funeral, but it really underscores an important quality of Chandraben. So I'm going to share it again. Chandraben, as you probably all know, is very active in both founding and sustaining interfaith organizations. And at one point, she asked me to represent the Brahma Kumaris on an interfaith board. And I didn't know what that was all about. So I said, what is this interfaith business? And she said, well, this is what it is. Interfaith means I think my religion is the best. And I respect that everyone believes their religion is the best. And that was the quality of Chandraben. This was San Francisco back in the 20th century. And it was a place of incredible diversity. And Chandraben had a great deal of self-respect. She was not afraid, as Sukanya said, of saying what she believed in public, but she also had a great deal of respect for everyone else. And she never rejected anyone who was at any extreme end of any spectrum. She welcomed everyone. And Michael Pappas, who is the executive director of the San Francisco Interfaith Council, at her funeral said, you don't need a book to read a book to know about the Brahma Kumaris. You just have to see how Chandraben led her life. And so that was the impact she made on me, because I considered myself to be fairly open-minded. But when I saw Chandraben and I saw her in the interfaith setting, all of the interfaith leaders worked really hard to be open and respectful to everyone. But for Chandraben, it came naturally. She never made any effort. And so that's always been my goal, I feel, as a soul. When I'm at that point where I'm completely 100% open and respectful of everyone, regardless of the body, then I know I will have achieved soul consciousness, and she did it. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Mary. Yes, I did work with her a lot in interfaith, and I saw her just be herself. And she really opened that door in Baba's service for interfaith. Yes, many centers were doing interfaith, but she really did it with her whole heart, and she made friends. And she didn't thin down the gyan either. And they loved our symbol of the light. So in the interfaith chapel, they put a big Shiv Baba in the chapel, you know. So they just felt that we were very neutral, very accepting. And the first time I met Sister Chandra was in the kitchen, and she was bending over to test the cake to bring it out of the oven. And I thought she was very, endearing and easy to get to know. But when I saw her sit on the gutty, I didn't want to move. And this was back in the 80s. And she just had this she looked like Mama, this long black hair. And they gave out these tolis, and I couldn't eat. She goes, it's okay, you can eat. But I was just like, really taken. And so many gifts Sister Chandru has given us. And I would say that she taught me how magical this life is if we only could open our eyes to it. And I feel that I did not appreciate her to the value in which I'm learning in the last 18 months about her. And if I shed any tears, it's because I feel I didn't really recognize how awesome, how amazing, and lovely she is. There was that love and regard, nothing sticky. I trusted her. And I so appreciate what Mohini Didi had offered, and to have that golden aged vision that these transitions are actually indicators for us to also become just as angelic and light, and to see each one of us as these amazing, awesome souls. Shanti. If Didi, you could also, yes, of course, yeah. Yeah, good. I'm glad we have time. Om Shanti. I have many sweet memories, but at the last day, when I met Chandru Bhenji, I want to share that. Last month, when I visited SFO center to meet Chandru Bhenji, so that day, Sukanya Bhen got her 4 wisdom teeth extracted. She had a pain. And Kyoko Behen was busy with music class. So Sukanya Ben said Chandru Ben has a neurologist appointment. So I said, I can take her to the office, doctor's office. And then we went. Then after reaching there, Sukanya Ben said, okay, Kusumen, now you can go. And while coming time, we'll call someone. I said, no, I can't go this way. I can't leave Chandruben that way because she is so senior sister. I will stay as long as is needed. And then at the end, I put Chandrubenji at the center, and then she gave a drishti, holding hand, and said, "Bahut acha baap aa gaye." So that day, 4-5 times, she was repeating the same sentence within 4-5 hours. Bahut acha baap aa gaye. It was very good looking. And she gave her love. But I didn't know that time this was the last day. But as in the message, Mohini Benji shared, no vidai, badhai. Thanks. Thanks, Mohini Benji, for giving chance. Shanti.
Thank you. Shanti. Everybody sharing the story and taking us into the different dimension of what is not only Sister Chandru's personality, but it gives us an idea that how much we are valuable as a family, as all Baba's children, particularly instrument sisters. So my role started with her when I was very young, and she became instrument to invite me to USA, filed my petition, made me come as residents of USA. And I always feel like she made me so strong and powerful, because certain situations she will challenge me. And at that time I wasn't understanding much, but then I realized she always said that you have to learn to earn your own inner strength and get everything with your own karma. So it was very good. I look back, and according to the drama, last 2 years, whatever happened, I was always there in San Francisco. Perhaps in 2 years, I went perhaps 20 times, and we spend lots of time together, go for a walk to ocean, eat together. And I was keep watching her, that her mind was so pure, so clean. Her heart was totally good wishes and pure feelings for everyone. Once I said, Chandru Ben, in the past, if I did something which wasn't appropriate, please forgive me, because maybe I did in naiveness or immaturity. She said, I don't remember anything, don't remember anything. So her heart was really very, very clean and healed. And it was my fortune that I was in Peace Village and she was in her journey. So I reached right time on Monday night, and Tuesday before she left, I was there for 8 hours in the hospital. So I felt it is good for a whole Kalpa that we will be together. And just last little thing, that how she was caring, that once myself and Chandru Ben in her room meditating because everybody was busy. So I was sitting next to her bed with a little table. She said, why you are sitting like that? Take the pillow also for your back. So like I said, Chandru Ben, you remember everything? She said, yeah. So it was really that everything required, she was remembering. As Elizabeth said, that we all are appreciating much more to her, and we will continue that subtle cleaning and good wishes and pure feelings. Om Shanti. Thank you, Mohini Didi, for bringing all the messages. Om Shanti.
And then we have Sister Vaishala. You can come and say a few words.
When Sister Vaishali comes, I really want to thank the two sisters here. They have taken super good care of Sister Chandru 24/7. You know, it's not a small thing because she needed constant care and attention. So both of them did an amazing job. I don't know if I could have done as good a job as they have. So we're really grateful for both the angels for doing a fabulous job. So thank you.
Om Shanti. Brother Jatin, he was visiting Mount Abu, and we had a thought that he had a thought that I should come and serve in Peace Village. And we went to Dadi Janki. Dadi Janki immediately called Chandru Ben. And she said, you're not going to New York with your brother. You're going with Chandru. Are you going? Tell me right now. And I said yes. And when we were decorating Sister Chandru, I said to Baba, Baba, you give my hand in the hand of Sister Chandru, and I'm here with her till the end. So, and I have seen her in her, like one of the, Sister Gita was sharing that she always preferred to have her own meal by herself. And we had a retreat. After the retreat, the second day this happened, the last stroke. And I went to see Sister Chandru, and Gita Ben was there, Hema Ben was there, we were all sitting. And I had a thought that when we want each retreat participant to have your personal touch, and how Brahma Baba used to feed Gatti at morsel. Would you do that? And she said yes. And I always had envisioned her with this sustenance.
and Baba made it happen. And when I heard that news that happened, then I was like, thank you, Baba. And thank you, Sister Chandru. Thank you.
Elizabeth, you have to come. Just say hello. She took hermana, mi hermana. Chandraban would call me Eben, and she was hermana. She takes good care of her in Madhuban, and she would spend her vacation in Madhuban. You might have seen her when you visit Chandraban.
Shanti. What can I say from Didi Chandru? She was my perfect senior sister because I spent most of the time with her. I spend sometimes with different kind of Didis. In this one, she says always, Elizabeth Ben, can you come? And I say always, Hamji. And what I learned from her, it was only love and care. And she was so happy always. A lot of jokes I learned from her. And she always was happy. That's what I learned. Thank you so much.
So thank you very much. And we have one last little video that was put together, and we can take our seats and enjoy Sister Chandru and her sharings.
ओम शांति। हर आत्मा की ज्योति जग गई है और नयों की जगानी है। पुरुषार्थ मेहनत हमेशा सफलता देती है, तो हम भी खुश हैं। आप सभी भी खुश हो। अभी ताली बजाओ।
The seed for service was planted in United States of America over 40 years ago. Myself and Sister Denise were in Canada, and during that time the Brahma Kumaris were thinking about something that we called as a world service. So we wanted to bring this message of peace and spiritual knowledge to American people. We drove to San Francisco, California, around the same time as our regional director, Sister Mohini, arrived to New York from the Caribbean islands.
Light on the horizon, off star.
It was 14th or 15th of January, and it was very cold night evening time. After the dinner, it was Baba's practice to go out and have a little walk in the courtyard.
So many souls you all must have experienced who weren't thinking about Baba's knowledge. Now they started to think, they started to come.
This time for peace is now. Leaders at the table, talking about an end to war. We need more than just moves. We gotta open up the door and let
so much for helping us and coming together and have a good wishes for all of you. So this is what we like to say to you all, and happy birthday.
No, and happy journey. How about that?
Happy journey, yes.
And just go, and
happy journey.
Brothers, a coat of many colors, you and me. Feel the expectation. All the world around me.
Here you are, Jaiti Behin. This is for you, just for yourself.
Hear the joyful sound, oh, of all nations singing, singing out in harmony. There's a new world in the making. Won't you sing along with me? We are one family. We are too close not to let it be. We are sisters and brothers, a coat of many colors, you and me. Shout it from the mountaintop, sail it on the breeze. The only way we're gonna have peace is when we come to see. We are one family. We are too close not to let it be. We are sisters and brothers, a coat of many colors. We are one family. We are too close not to let it be. We are sisters and brothers, a coat of many colors, you and me. We are sisters and brothers, a coat of many colors. We are
Oh, Shanti, thank you so much. That was wonderful. It reminded all the beautiful memories with Chandra Didi. Thank you. Special thank you to all our sisters from San Francisco and West Coast. So now we'll just remember Baba for 2 minutes and we'll close. And then for peacefulness, we will we will have Drishti and Toli. So, oh sorry, yeah, Mohini Devi also has to say something.
No, actually, it's wonderful. Everyone shared. As we said, we all love her. So when you're leaving at the door, and not door, at the stairs on the top, you will get little bow. We're not giving lots, so that you will take that. And also, yeah, there will be Madhuban Toli has come. You get that and blessing card. But also, every time we have retreat, I remember Dadi Janki. One day suddenly said, oh, I want to give one mango to everyone. So we have kept that tradition. So for regional meeting, we gave one everyone. So tonight you also get one mango. It's very sweet. Tomorrow for breakfast, or if you are hungry, you can eat now. It's actually washed and clean. Okay, so I know it's getting late, so we will try to do faster. Just have a minute of remembrance. Yeah. You know, when we both came to USA, it was like, there was nothing and everything was like So we rented apartment, they rented apartment. But there are a lot of people who had moved from India and they knew me, like Shambai, Hardevi, Chandrubai, many good families. So we used to send enough funds to give everyone, whichever new center opened, we will share. So one day she said, she was a little bit like, I want to go to India. So I said, sure, you should go, why not? Then, the way she talked, what about ticket? I said, well, I have a ticket. I can send you. No. I said, you take it. But I don't know, I believe charity within Brahmins. So I gave her ticket and I know after a few minutes, there is one brother who is travel agent called me and said, do you want to go to India? I want to give you a ticket. But then I remember that how the hearts get connected. We help each other at the right time, and so always I've been a lot of sharing in many different ways. And suddenly, like, she will pick a phone recently, many times. So I like to talk to you. I don't get to talk to you. So today I decided to talk to you. And as you know, she talks 2 minutes, and she said, that's all I wanted to talk to you. So it was always like, and I was available. Anytime she will call, I will, or even I will call her. And so, yeah, there is another kind of attachment at conference age, right? Dadi Janki one time asked me, do you think we have attachment? She said, it's very important to have this attachment, pure one. That's where we care for each other, we support each other. And I like this word of spiritual sympathy now for everyone. Okay, so thank you, Yuan, and all the sisters from California, West Coast, whatever. So have a moment of remembrance, and then how do they come in instruments and there.
बाबा तेरे वतन के हम हैं फरिश्ते, बाबा तेरे वतन के हम हैं फरिश्ते, दिल में अब तो तेरे सिवा ना किसी से है रिश्ते, बाबा तेरे वतन के हम हैं फरिश्ते, बाबा तेरे वतन के हम हैं फरिश्ते।
Om Shanti, good night, Avyakti Parivar. Good night, good night. You stayed so long with all of us.